Hey now, this is an exciting day. Today we are making Malasadas, which is a Portuguese donut. It's a family favorite around here. It's extremely easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First step though is you need to melt half cup of butter and scald 2 cups of milk. So I'm just going to get that process started. For the butter, that's super easy. You could either do that in your microwave, or I'm just doing it on really low heat here on the stovetop. And then for the milk scalding, I'm just going to get that to a medium-low. I'm going to use a rubber scraper and just sit there and keep it constantly in motion until just before it hits a boil, and then I'm going to let it cool. And once these have kind of cooled down a little bit, then we can hit the next step. So just thought I would show you what I like to consider scalded here. You can see it's kind of foaming a little bit around the sides there. It's definitely steaming, but there are no signs of boiling yet. I'm going to pull it at this point rather than risk accidentally boiling it, and I'm just going to put it back into this Pyrex container here, the liquid measure, and just let it kind of chill down until it's more closer to room temp. And the butter's melted. Now, as my scalded milk is cooling down, I'm just going to get my yeast hydrating here. And so this is 1 pack, or of course 2 1/4 teaspoons or 7 grams or whatever of of the active dry yeast, and then also a tablespoon of table sugar. We'll let that get all nice and mixed together here. I'm going to need 2 hands for that, and then we should be ready to go. Okay, so all the ingredients are at the right temperature and whatnot, ready to go. We're going to start off here with 8 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour. I'm just going to start this mixing. To that, I'm going to add a half cup of just white sugar, a teaspoon of table salt. Then I'm going to add in, this was 8 eggs, and now I've beaten them, just so that they'll mix in a little bit better. We're going to also add in our scalded milk. And then finally, I'm going to put in this was a 1/3 cup of water that I had rehydrated this yeast with, and I'm just going to pour that in there. It's all super foamy and ready for action. So I'm going to let this mix now until it forms a soft dough and is ready to handle. So this has been going for about a minute. I'm just going to increase, so I had it just on the first setting of my stand mixer. I'm going to increase this a notch or 2 and just speed up the process a little bit. Okay, so this was after about 4 minutes of mixing. I gave it 2 minutes at that higher speed, and then took it back down to the lower initial speed for just a little bit here. So here is the dough. You can see it's a little sticky, but it's nice and soft looking. I'm going to put it in this large bowl here, which has just a little bit of oil in it, just to help prevent it sticking like it is to my hands. And I'm going to cover it up here with a moist towel and let it rise for about an hour till it's doubled in size. Okay, so I think we've probably doubled in size. I think that's fair to say. Big, awesome mound of this dough. And I currently have the hot oil heating up over here in a pan, and while that's happening, it's time to just kind of prep some of these. So you can just grab little balls of this dough. This is just slightly larger than a golf ball. Really, any size will work. It just depends on what size you want your finished malasadas to be. So you just kind of stretch them out a little bit. If you can, try to get a little bit of a divot in the middle, just so they don't kind of balloon out quite as much. And that's it. Just prep a whole bunch of those and get ready to fry. Okay, so we've started to fry up our malasadas here. I've got this oil at 375 Fahrenheit. With the size that we were making here, we wound up with 43 of these little donuts. The trick is not to get too many of them going at the same time, because you have to get them out. And we use a mixture of cinnamon and sugar. Just sort of go to whatever your taste is. We made up about 4 cups of this mixture that we'll be using to toss these. So you want to fry them until they're just golden, just over golden brown, and then they should be fully cooked. Okay, here we are flipping these first ones now. See that nice, it's just a hint more than golden brown. This would be a little bit not quite done enough. Okay, so as you can see, they're coming off here. They're pretty even cooking on both sides, and we're giving them the toss in this awesome, sweet cinnamon blend here. And You want to actually toss them right away as soon as you get them out of the oil, just to help make sure that that all sticks. Just give them a nice little toss, and then you can throw them in a pot or a bowl just to kind of let them cool down. If you try to eat them right away, which you'll be sorely tempted to do, you're just going to burn your face, which is no fun. So let them cool a little bit first. So these are completed malasadas here. They are amazing. They're fantastic to eat hot. Well, not too hot, but hot. Or you can let them cool down. They're great the next day. They're fantastic to have as a dessert or a snack, or to take to a little soiree or something like that. And they're good for a couple of days as long as you keep them sealed up before they kind of would start to stale on you or whatever. So yeah, fun little, super easy to make donuts. Big hit any place that we've taken them. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see some more cool videos doing stuff, and keep it at 11.